to show you guys is Summer Wells. I noticed something about Summer Wells, about what Candice said. I think I caught her in a lie, you guys, and I want you to tell me what you think about this, because I think this is a big deal. Do you remember when she said about that video that she took of Summer in the back seat? Sorry about that. Did I put the right thing in? Hang on. Got too many wires. I got it. Hang on. There we go. Am I plugged in? Hang on. There we go. Am I plugged in? There we go. All right. Sorry about that. I have to edit that out. Okay. Okay, so here's what I wanted to show you. This is the video. I tell me what you think, because I caught this and I was like, whoa, like it was just something clicked in my head, and I had to go back and listen to this part of the interview, and I was like, I thought that's what she said. And then I went back and I looked at the picture and I was like, yeah, it doesn't make sense. Like, it doesn't. Oh, I have to pull up the video. Okay, hang on a second. Sorry. When my computer shut down, it took down my video that I wanted to share. Gotta pull it back up now. Take me 1 second here. I had it all queued up, but now I have to re-pull it up. That's okay. All right, pull it back up. Okay, it's on my list. On my list right here. It's on my list right here. And it's part 1 right here. Okay. And it's fair use, and it's going to be transformative. Okay, it's right here. Okay, hang on, let me share my screen. Yeah. Okay. Okay, and I'm going to find the part. I'll tell you when I get there.
Pretty much what we talked about.
She babysitting?
Well, technically they weren't really. They call me and ask me, come get me. I always come get them because their mom don't do nothing with them.
Care about that.
Back at me for some reason. I don't know.
Care about that.
Okay,
That's all this matters to me.
I totally agree.
And I always take them kids. Every time they call me and ask me, come get me, I always.
House?
No. She's sitting on our camper step right there. And,
Okay.
And the flowers are here.
Care about that.
I had to do some laundry. Laundry.
Care about that right now.
Go up to. I want to call it Ducktown because that's where we plan on going.
What is it?
She had her arms up like this,
Okay.
like her daddy sleeps
Here
all
it
the
is.
time.
Okay. Here it is. Let me see. You with me still?
Well, every time I look around, I see her face.
Okay, listen to this right now, what she says about when she took that picture, why she took that picture, and what Summer was doing.
Well, help me understand when you went home. Tell me about those dynamics that day. Take me back to that day. Yeah, on the way home.
On the way home, well, we were just sitting there talking, me and Mom, about everything pretty much. Trees, flowers, rocks. Whatever Mom likes, you know, pretty much we talk about. And I was like, what's Summer doing? She's like, oh, she fell asleep. I was like, oh, how's she sleeping? And when I look back, because I'm driving, and I look back like,
okay, she said she's driving. She looks back.
She had her arms up like this, like her daddy.
She says that Summer has her arms up like this.
He sleeps all the time.
Okay.
So I wanted to catch that moment.
Okay.
You know, it's just things I do.
Right.
And I was like, here, Mom, hurry up, take that picture. And then she accidentally hit the video record.
Okay.
Instead of the picture part.
Okay.
So like, did you catch it? She's like, no, I accidentally hit the video part.
That's what you get.
Okay. Now, keep that in mind and tell me, does that match up? Keep that in mind and tell me, does that match up with the picture that we see? Because she says that Summer is doing this. And her mom is supposed to take a picture of it, but accidentally takes a video. And she goes, oh, no, I didn't get it. But she says from the time that she looks at Summer, Summer's doing this. From the time that she looks at Summer and Summer's doing this, and she says to her mom, hey, Mom, take a video of Summer. From the time that she does that, her mom pulls out the camera and turns around to take a video. Summer's hands are already 1 down, 2 down. Not only that, I want you to look at this picture. Because not only did Summer's hands supposedly, she's sleeping like this, like her daddy, and 1 hand comes down, 2 hand comes down, but she's now wedged up against the milk. She's wedged up against this milk so tight that it's on this side pressing up against her, like she's leaned in against this. The way that picture looks to me, as if she's wedged up against it, as if that milk has been keeping her propped up and she's wedged in against it. In other words, there's no way that her arm could have fell down on top of that milk because her arm is underneath that milk. Do you know what I'm saying? Her arm could not have fell down on top of that milk. If her hand was up like this, 2 seconds before that camera was recording, her arm would have fell down like that on top of the milk. How could her arm be underneath the milk if her arm was on top of her head and just fell down right before that picture was taken? I'll let her finish talking and then I'll show you the picture that her arm is, both of her arms are down like this and wedged underneath. But she says that the reason they wanted to take that picture because both her hands are up like this. And then she says, but it just so happens that right before when she takes the picture, her arms had fallen down. And that's why it looks like they're just a picture of her just sleeping for no reason. But she says it was going to be a cute picture of her doing this. But, you know, right before she took the picture, both her hands fell down, one and then the other. But how did both her hands fall down and then get wedged underneath the milk before she could even press record? I'll let her finish telling the story and then I'll show you the picture. But don't make sense to me because if you look how close that milk is, her arm is wedged underneath it. What it looks like to me.
Her hand and grandma the camera.
Yeah, well, I was driving though.
Okay.
And I was like, did you put her arm back down? She's like, yeah. I was like, dang. And then she got a picture of her, but by that time her arm was down. But her arm was up most of the time like this.
Right.
And we were like 2 minutes from the house when she took her arm down.
Okay.
And then when we got to the house, we unlocked the gate, went up. And I woke her up.
Okay, so let me show you. Let me show you that picture. Wait a minute, I'll show you that picture then. We'll go back and forth between the two. That's what I did, and it just don't match up to me. Okay, this one would be it. What is it? Okay, there might be a better one. I'll show you this one for now, but I might have to find a better one for us to. I might have to find a better one for us after this. Depending on if this is okay. If there's a better one. This one doesn't look too great. Okay.
Summer's grandmother. I wanted to show you it with no sound. It's just a short clip filmed in their car.
No. Oh, that's what I was trying to catch. Still got her arm up? No.
So as you can see, guys, it is only a short video. I am going to share that clip again with the audio turned.
Do you see what I mean?
Speaking again.
How could her arm have been up?
Was it filmed by mistake? But then it seemed to be that if it is the grandmother in the car, she was filming it to show that Summer's arm was up. Had she hurt her arm? Is there something going on with her arm? Had she injured her arm? Is she really alive in this photo? Is she really dead? I really don't know what
And
to
then
make
2
of this.
seconds later,
I'm just going to share it again now with you.
Does that look
just
like
so you can hear the
she
sound
was?
again. Here it is.
Still got her arm up? No. Oh, that's what I was trying to catch.
Does that look like either one of her arms were up?
No. Still got her arm up?
Hang on a second.
No. Oh, that's what I was trying to catch.
All right. I'll find a better one. Right. No, it's not great. Here. I think this one. Yeah, this one I think is. I think this one's slowed down in slow motion. I don't know why it's like a. Okay. Her arm was like this. How does it get down and then wedged back into her? Yeah. No. Hi, Chris. How you doing? I'm Liz. Nice to meet you. Sorry about that. Stop sharing it. Let's see. Yeah, thanks. Yeah. No, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, they found a body. It's they are saying it is they are reporting that it is her. They also charged Abby and her boyfriend with murder. So that's why. No, that's why I wanted to give you guys an update in case you were at work or in case you didn't hear about it. But that's all they really said. They haven't said much else. Just that they did. They did identify it as Serenity, and they said they found it with some old-fashioned police detective work, something like that. They said that they charged the boyfriend and the mom with Abby and Dakota with murder and abuse of a corpse, and they're both in jail. And I think Abby's family thinks that it was Dakota, just Dakota, and they're like still support Abby and think that because there's witnesses that say that when they came to stay with them, Abby had 2 black eyes and swollen face, so he was beating her up. There's friends of theirs that say that he had beaten her up in the past, and there's also an ex-girlfriend of his that says that he like literally beat her cat to death when she was at work. Just different. He's a sick man, abusive and violent. So there's no doubt about that. I think the question is, how involved was she? The police are saying they're charging her, and her family's, behind her, saying that they don't think, they think that it was him, pretty much. Maybe she was afraid of him, but that sweet little girl that they found her, and it was Serenity. So that's the update for Serenity, and yeah, that's you know what? There's a. Have you guys heard about the parents that got arrested for keeping their son in a 8x8 box in the garage? You guys heard about that? They said he had defiance disorder, but he's like 14 years old. when they were letting him out to go to school, but that's it. And all he had in there was a mattress and a toilet. A bucket. Yeah, not an actual toilet, but he did have a bucket. And I think a mattress, a bucket. Not sure they've had anything else, but they finally caught the parents when he ran away, and the police caught him, and he started crying. He's like, "Please don't make me go back there." He said, "Nobody loves me." And he said he had been kept there for the last sorry. So they had been keeping him there for the last 5 years of his life. And this little boy was adopted. So that means they adopted him when he was 9 years old. And what's it called? Something defiance disorder. Does anybody know? It's like something defiance disorder. Can't think of what it's called. Oppositional or something with obedient or authority or something like that. But anyway, it's supposed to be for young children. It's not supposed to last like up until, teenage years. And so they were saying that that's the reason they were locking him and chaining him putting him in this 8x8 box in the garage. And it's just really bizarre that they were doing that because children, the psychiatrists were saying that children usually grow out of that by toddler. Like, even it's unusual to even have that by a 5-year-old. And this child is 14 years old, and they were still locking him in this 8x8 room in the garage every day. So they're in jail, and I'm really glad because that's torture. I looked up what an average jail cell is in America, and it's actually like bigger than that. So, and it definitely has running water. So the kid was living in worse conditions than a standard prison cell, and just incredible. A disorder in a child marked by defiant and disobedient behavior. Here, I'll highlight this. She says, a disorder in a child marked by defiant and disobedient behavior to authority figures. A cause of oppositional, that's what it is. Oppositional defiance disorder is unknown and involves a combination of genetic and environment factors. Thank you very much, Quantum Samara 13. Thank you very much. Quantum Samara 13. Thank you very much for that. And so yeah, and I don't even think, I think they were just starting to work on a defense because that came from the lawyer, and it didn't come till much after they were incarcerated. Later, the lawyer put out a statement, and it came out on like the hearing. So I'll find out their names and put a short video out. I took some screenshots. Of their story and stuff, but I don't have it with me, but I did want to show you guys. All right, I'm gonna hop off here. Thank you. Thanks for hanging out. Pray for that little girl's family. It's terrible, but I'll keep you guys updated if I hear anything else, or if I hear any news, or we get any news about anybody else. I'll jump back on here. Okay. And if you guys are new, don't forget to subscribe. Please. Thanks. Bye.